Would everyone please stand for the national anthem?
Colors. Tench hut. Right shoulder. Arm. Ready, cut. Ready, step. Mark time. Colors. Halt. Present arms.
Who see, can you see, by the daughter the light, what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets sprinkling the bombs bursting in it gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-speckled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Arms. Colors. Colors turn. March.
Please be seated. Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Evelyn Edney, the very proud principal here at the Early College High School at Delaware State University. Thank you. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's graduation and senior award ceremony celebrating the class of 2021. We are so glad you could be here with us tonight. We ask that everyone please remain in your seats and please practice social distancing for the entire ceremony. We would also like to remind you that no one is permitted on the field anytime during this ceremony. A professional photo of each graduate will be taken, and a video is being made of the entire graduation ceremony, both of which may be purchased later. We would also like to ask all of our guests and students to treat this as a solemn occasion. We thank you for your cooperation. At this time, I'd like to thank the following individuals for joining us tonight. President of the ECHS Board of Directors, Dr. Marche Horton. Vice President of the ECHS Board, Mrs. Crystal Gillis. Board members, Paige Chapman, Robin Demby, Sandra Spangler, Juanita Wilson, Staff Representative Mrs. Dara Savage, and Student Representative Mahogany George. We would also like to thank our special guests from Delaware State University. Some of their administrators have joined us this evening, Dr. Sandra DeLauder, Mr. Herman Wood, Mrs. Jackie Griffith, Dr. Dawn Mosley. Soon, Dr. Tony Allen, president of Delaware State University, will be here. We'd also like to thank those folks I'd like to call my right and left arms, Mr. Timothy Yancey, our operations manager, and our assistant principal, Dr. Nia McCants. Also joining us up here today is our senior class advisor, Mrs. Karen Dickens. Our class of 2021 officers are seated here. President Jasmine Horton. Co-vice presidents Jada Forbes and Rico Johnson. Secretary Denaire Livingston. Historian Gianna Stewart. And our top 10 students. Valedictorian, Ms. Zaina Jaraka. Our salutatorian, Ms. Yahaira Rivera Lopez. Jameer Tyer Brown. Ayana Miller. Layla Davis, Maxine Robinson, and Alan Cabasso. I'd like to also thank the ECHS staff members. Please wave from your post this evening. And I'd especially like to thank our two grand marshals marshaling in the students this evening, our staff member of the year, school counselor, Mrs. Tawana Prophet Brinkley, and our teacher of the year, math teacher, Miss Joelle Whitley. And now, let's get to honoring our graduates. We have one of our dignitaries who would like to offer greetings to our graduates, the ECHS board president and an ECHS Hornet mom, Dr. Marche Horton.
Good evening, everyone. Before I start, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Delaware State University's president, Dr. Tony Allen. So good evening. I am here to tell you that I am proud. I am the Dean of the College of Health and Behavioral Sciences at Delaware State University, the institution of higher education that had the foresight, creativity, and commitment to apply and execute an early college high school. As a representative of that institution, I am proud. I am proud. I am the president of the board of directors for the only, I repeat, only, early college high school in the first state, the state of Delaware. I am proud. As we celebrate the class of 2021, I am proud. My child, my baby, is one of these outstanding graduates. I have seen her work long hours, day and night, to not only conquer accelerated high school courses, but rigorous college courses in mathematics, science, and foreign language. Not only passing these courses, but earning academic achievements such as honor roll, Dean's List, and capping it off with a perfect 4.0 for her fall and spring full load of college classes. Earning her the recognition of being on the president's list. I am proud. I am proud dean, a proud board president, and a proud mama, who at this moment is fighting back tears of joy. We have so much to celebrate. This is our third graduating class and the largest one so far. In addition to being great in numbers, this class tried to outdo them all, taking a total of 2,020 college credits. Did you hear what I said? 2,020. You could have gotten one more, it'd been 2021. And earning over $2,493,246 in academic scholarships. They have studied and played hard, drove Miss Dixon crazy in driver's ed, and boogied their brains out at school dances. They challenged Miss Savage and used a siren call to bring Luann DeCastro back to the fold. They have volunteered, given of their time and talents, and encouraged and supported each other all in the midst of a pandemic that tried to rob them of friends, loved ones, and precious memories. Yet here they are. They are standing tall. They are ready to take that next step, ready to launch into the future, knowing that they have the skills, talents, dispositions, and downright chutzpah to do whatever they set their minds to. Allow me to read you a poem by Christopher Logue with a few slight modifications by me. Come to the edge. We might fall. Come to the edge. It's too high. Come to the edge. And you came. And we pushed. And you flew. So yes, I am proud, but you, teachers, administrators, staff, family, friends, and loved ones should be proud too. You were and continue to be the wind beneath their wings. Without you, without your love, support, hugs, tears, and pushes, they would have felt alone. But because of you, they never did. Thank you. So graduates, hold your heads high. Stand tall, smile big, celebrate. Yes, I am proud. And yes, everyone here, either in person or virtually, are proud too. But you are the ones who did it. You were the ones who fought for this and won. You are warriors, strong, fiercely independent, stubborn as all get out, and sometimes exceedingly frustrating. But you also have a warm, loving hearts, kindness and compassion in your souls, and open arms of acceptance and forgiveness. So leap, jump, march on. Continue to move to your own beat, even if you are the only one who hears the tune. We may catch up, we may not, but know above all else that we love you and we are proud. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you, Dr. Horton, for those words of wisdom, and thank you for all you do for ECHS on a daily basis. And now it's my turn to deliver some remarks to the class of 2021. This year's yearbook theme, In It Together, means so much more than ever before. The world seems to be on fire. Battling the coronavirus and keeping our loved ones safe have been at the forefront of everyone's minds. I know everyone can agree that this past year has been one for the books. There have been some very low points in our country, like people dying of COVID, other people not wanting to wear masks, social injustice, killings because of race, creed, sexual orientation, and color. We saw an insurrection at our Capitol, the first in more than a century. We can agree that we have witnessed the worst of humanity, things that just want to make you cry. But just when we think all is lost, we have seen some moments of pure joy. the crowds cheering on doctors and nurses as they left hospitals after long shifts of battling COVID, or the musician who played music off his balcony to entertain his neighbors. How about DJ Nice, who played music for hours for free on social media to give everyone a break from the pandemic? I know you young people have no idea who D Nice is, but our families do. It was the police officer kneeling with protesters as if to say, I hear you, and I'll meet you halfway. And just 2 weeks ago, Joshua Bauer leapt into the waters of Ocean City, Maryland, to save a 2-year-old who was ejected in her car seat into the ocean from a truck that was in an accident and left dangling from a guardrail. It was instinct. He was a parent, and he said he knew it was just the right thing to do. I grew up in the 70s on Kool-Aid, playing in the mud, watching cartoons, and watching Mr. Rogers and his neighborhood, where I learned about kindness, a sense of home, and helping others. He once said, when I was a boy and I would see scary things in the news, my mother would say to me, look for the helpers. You'll always find people who are helping. These words resonate with me, and especially with this class. When I look back over the last 4 years, I see the class of 2021 being those people who are always helping others or speaking out against social injustice. From the time they landed at ECHS, they have been the class who cared and were always there to lend a helping hand. Just as we have seen people rising to action from all over the country, the class of 2021 has led the way at ECHS, volunteering at mobile food pantries, collecting clothes for the homeless, sending cards to senior homes, and sending virtual cards to children in hospitals. They rose to the occasion as they have for the last 4 years. Their ability to put others above themselves is something to which we should all aspire. They have turned the sadness from this past year into pure joy for so many. They have been role models with their countless hours of serving others. Here are just a few of the many in this class. Let's start with Mahogany George. She has been a leader in every sense of the word. From the time she was inducted as president of our Hornets in Action Community Service Club to her work as our student representative on the ECHS Board of Directors. She has been an eloquent voice of our student body on all the important decisions of our school. And Mahogany, thank you. If you want to see kindness in human form, just look at Gideon West and Uriel Gadou. These two young men show kindness to others always. Every time I hear the quote, if you can be anything, be kind, I think of these two. It's Gideon's smile or his very quiet voice that says hi to you every single day. For Uriel, it's that he gave me a hug on the very first day 4 years ago, and then he gave me one a couple of days ago on the last day. I want to thank their parents at this time for raising two who I will always remember and always remember their great sense of kindness. Layla Davis, Alex Luna, and the few other Hornets in Action students once organized a walkout. Most principals would be angry if students wanted to walk out of the school in the middle of the day. It was 2017, a few months after the Parkland shooting in Florida. There were cries from around the world about those 17 minutes of carnage that came when gunfire killed students at Parkland High School, whose students later organized a national walkout. People were in an uproar about the idea, but my Hornets organized an exact 17-minute program complete with speeches, poems, the chorus singing, and the band playing. As a principal who has unfortunately lost students in the past to senseless gunfire, this moment and their gestures moved me to tears that day. And then there's Takara Jackson. It seems as though every year that we have been here at ECHS, this class has seen a hurricane that has ravaged a community of people. From Haiti to Houston to Puerto Rico, Takara organized Hoops for Hurricane Relief basketball tournaments to raise money to help those communities rebuild. These are just a few examples of our wonderful class of 2021. These Hornets have lent a helping hand and have been there to lift up the spirits of many. People were upset this time last year because the class of 2020 lost their spring. But the class of 2021 has lost so much more and has endured so much more, with most of their senior year having to be held remotely. In addition to serving, they have helped to create a sense of community as well, even in a pandemic. There have been paint nights and game nights and trivia nights and even music bingo. We have had to stay virtual to keep everyone safe, but we were able to just be together. Our Hornet leaders from this class have stepped up with building our community stronger than ever before. I want to leave you with these words, a poem entitled, "Something You Can Do" by Everett Wentworth Hill. There must be something you can do to ease the burden of the day for someone who has lost their faith in self and cannot find his way. One little deed, one thought, one act will bring reward to you when you aid is given to someone who strays along life's path, alone, afraid. You might have been the one who lost his faith and failed to understand and needed friends to urge you on. Think well, then offer him a hand. Every year, I give a small token to the graduating class. This year, it's one of these. These are here to remind you that we are always clapping for you and your success. But more importantly, please look at them as a reminder of who you are, the ones always bringing joy and lending a helping hand to others in their time of need. Kindness is the language everyone can speak. A smile speaks volumes, and a helping hand shouts, "I got you." You are my hope to change the world and the way we see each other in the future. Don't ever forget that you are the reason someone could smile or make it through the day. Remember your kindness and remember to share it with everyone. We will miss you all, and we're very proud. Thank you. We are very fortunate tonight to have 3 student speakers who have earned the right to speak before this audience. The first is the president of the class of 2021, Miss Jasmine Horton. Her name should sound familiar to you because her mom just spoke. It's not easy being a PK, a preacher's kid. When you are the daughter of the school board president, who also just happens to be a preacher, you would think that you would want to fade to the background, but not Jasmine Horton. She established herself as a leader right away. In her sophomore year, I remember she single-handedly saved homecoming by leading the entire effort, organizing everyone and choosing a theme of Hollywood Nights, complete with a red carpet and stars. She has been a leader for all 4 years, and not once did that have anything to do with who her mom is. Sorry, Dr. Horton. But that means you raised her right. And she earned 64 college credits this year. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming to the stage the class of 2021 Fearless Leader, President Jasmine Horton.
Good evening. First, I would like to thank God. Second, I would like to give a shout out to my Nana, who's turning 92 today. Happy birthday, Nana. I would also like to give a thank to all family, friends, Dr. Edney, administrators, teachers, counselors, staff, and coaches for giving me direction throughout these last 4 years. I also have to give a shout out to all my classmates. We did it. Our time has come to transition from high schoolers into adulthood. We have all chosen our own path and which way we are planning to go. There is a poem that I'm going to share and hopes it sticks with you throughout these years. Don't You Quit by unknown author. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a fellow turns about when he might had won had he stuck it out. Don't give up though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to faint and multi man. You may succeed with another blow. After the struggler has given up, when he might have captured the victor's cup, and he learned too late when the night came down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint in the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It might seem near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hid. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. These last 2 years are a prime example of poem. Times got hard, but we did not quit. We made it to graduation, and I'm proud of each and every one of you. Thank you, class of 2021. It's been a fun ride.
Thank you, Jasmine, and thank you for your leadership in this class and in our school for the past 4 years. The next speaker has the second highest grade point average in the class of 2021 with a 4.484, Miss Yahaira Rivera Lopez. If you ask the average person about Yahaira, they would tell you that she's quiet. To some degree, that would be true. When she was a freshman, she was so quiet, I thought to myself, we're going to have to do something about that. But before long, she started coming out of her shell. During Hispanic Heritage Month that year, she volunteered to bring in some very yummy food to help us celebrate and learn more about our culture. She was beaming with pride. Soon she started screaming loud enough for us to hear. Not literally screaming, but through her schoolwork. She has earned 62 college credits, and we couldn't be more proud of her. Yahaira, just keep on screaming. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming the class of 2021 Salutatorian, Miss Yahaira Rivera Lopez.
It is my privilege to extend a welcome to the DSU administrators, our faculty members, staff, parents, family, and friends. Thank you all for being here to mark this special moment with our class, the class of 2021. I know we're all eager to walk across the stage, so I won't talk for too long, but I do want to give a huge thank you to all my teachers, friends, but most importantly, to my parents, who have helped me become the person I am today. When we first walked into the Freshman Academy, we were all strangers. Now, some of us have created unforgettable impressions on each other's lives. When I first started high school, I was a lost and quiet girl. I didn't think I could fit into the school. I was so ready to transfer. But luckily, I stayed because I was able to meet some incredible people who have supported and motivated me to always fight for my dreams. I met two girls, Janae and Zaina, during the second semester of my freshman year, and man, have they changed my life. One memory that I will always cherish is that even with our large workload, they would still manage to find a time to help me study for every test, even if it meant we had to stay up all night studying. They showed me that there will always be a bright side to every bad situation, and for that, I will always be thankful for them. Even before I submitted my application to attend ECHS, I was very anxious on the fact that I had to take college classes. I didn't think I had enough dedication to be in a competitive setting. However, after taking my first college class, I could proudly say I was more than ready. And by the end of my senior year, I have over 62 credits. For as long as I can remember, I couldn't wait until the day I would graduate. And now that the day has come, and we all have survived, it's a bittersweet moment. I know these last 4 years have been tough, but all those sleepless nights were finally worth it. We are the future, and now it's time for us to take control and show the world who we are. The last thing I want to remind my classmates is that this is only the beginning. We're going to make mistakes. However, those mistakes are going to help us grow and develop into the young adults we want to be. It's an honor to be the class of 2021 Salutatorian, and thank you for these last 4 years. Lastly, good luck.
Thank you, Yahira. You made us all so very proud. The final student speaker has the highest grade point average in the class of 2021 with a 4.589 with 79 college credits earned. You heard me, 79, the highest in the class. She's earned the right to be the valedictorian, Miss Zaina Jaraka. You heard about one of her besties, Yahira. It's no wonder these two met in their freshman year and have been pushing each other ever since. Zaina is a go-getter, and she is one of the most organized people I know. If you walk into our main office at Grossley Hall, you will easily mistake her for the office manager. She could run it herself. She's polite, takes charge, and happily helps anyone who comes in. She is our director of first impressions, and we are glad she is the first people that some of our people get to meet. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming the class of 2021 valedictorian, Ms. Zaina Jaraka.
Good evening, DSU administrators, Dr. Edney, Dr. McCants, ECHS teachers and staff members, friends, family, and most importantly, the class of 2021. My name is Zaina Jaraka, and I am honored to be standing here speaking as a valedictorian for the class of 2021. We have had a challenging year, but we made it through. I first would like to thank my teachers for helping me all throughout my high school career, and my friends and family for being my biggest support systems through everything. Most importantly, I want to thank my mom. She is my biggest inspiration, and I wouldn't be on this stage if it wasn't for her. She has always motivated me to be better. She saw something in me before I could even see it in myself. She is the reason who I am who I am today, and she will forever be my role model. I cannot believe that the time is here, and we are finally graduating. This is what we all have been waiting for. It felt like just yesterday we were walking through those doors at the Freshman Academy, but we can finally say we did it. We made it through, even with a global pandemic still going on. When I first came to ECHS freshman year, I struggled with adjusting to high school and didn't know my plans for the future. Then in sophomore year, I took my first college class. I was nervous and didn't know what to expect, but turns out it wasn't as bad as I thought. I didn't know how I would be able to juggle high school classes and college classes at the same time. To be honest, I was worried, like many of us. However, as time went on, I finally got the hang of it and it became easier. Being in a male-dominated major like engineering while being in high school was challenging. A lot of people doubted me and made it seem like I couldn't do it. However, I used this as motivation, and it only made me want to work harder. I am happy to say that I am graduating with 79 college credits as a bioengineering major. I am so thankful for this experience. It allowed me to meet so many amazing people like Yahira and Daenerys. When I had no motivation, they motivated me to be better. It also allowed me to become who I am today and assisted me in figuring out what I want to do for the rest of my life. I know most of us can say this year was the most difficult year of our lives. We were pushed to our limits due to the transition towards virtual school. However, it has been a learning experience, and the adversity has changed us for the better. In addition, this year it allowed us to shed light on issues that needed to be talked about. Black lives always matter, no human is illegal, stop the hate, and the environment is a priority and needs to be protected. This is just the beginning of our success story. We all have a dream. Now it's time to turn our dreams into reality. Keep believing in yourself and never let anyone dull your sparkle. Never give up no matter how many people doubt you and think you can't do it. And remember, out of adversity comes opportunity. Therefore, never let it define you. Lastly, I want everyone to remember this quote. Know what sparks the light in you, then use it to illuminate the world. Thank you all.
Thank you, Zaina. We're very excited to see what is in store for those three young ladies. A principal's dream is to see her students become good citizens and to succeed. For them to grow up, become good citizens, become successful and famous, and show the greatest strength for the whole world to see is something that happens only once in a lifetime. I met Devin Still in the summer of 2003 when the athletic director at Howard High School of Technology brought this 250-pound, 6'5" freshman to me. I looked him up and down and said, "Well, can you read?" He chuckled at my joke and very quietly said, "Yes, ma'am." I didn't know that this very shy kid would become one of the best defensive tackles in the country or be one of the strongest people I know. He was so quiet then, a gentle giant I called him. But if you saw him on the football field, he would rip your head off. I knew he was going to be something. I witnessed his strength at least 3 times since I've known him. The first time was in 2006 when tragedy struck our school when I was at Howard. One of our students died suddenly when Devin was a senior and a captain of our football team. As the principal, I had to make the decision of whether or not we were going to cancel the football game we had. I asked the team. Devin said, "We're going to play. We'll play for our friend." His mental and physical strength lifted them up in that moment. We not only won the game by a score of 46-2, but Devin would not let anyone get across the 50-yard line the entire game. The next time I saw Devin's strength was when he was a senior in college. He was the #1 defensive tackle in the country and about to be drafted by the NFL. But unfortunately, he was the captain of the Penn State football team during the tumultuous time of the Sandusky child abuse scandal. But I saw Devin reach deep down inside, rallied his teammates around his beloved coach, Joe Paterno, and led them to victory that season. The third time I witnessed his strength was a short time later. Tragedy struck Devin in 2014 when his 4-year-old daughter, Leah, was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma, a rare form of pediatric cancer that gave her a 50-50 chance of living. This could have rocked anyone, and it did rock Devin in a way that no football player ever could. He was playing for the Cincinnati Bengals at that time. He knew his situation of being an NFL player benefited Leah because she got the best treatment that money could buy. One of the things Devin did was chronicle Leah's fight on social media, which allowed others to shoulder his pain. He knew he was fortunate, but he and the Bengals sold his jersey to make money to help pediatric cancer patients. This was the seed of what is now called the Still Foundation. Devin says that deciding between keeping the lights on or keeping watch over your sick child is not a choice that any parent should ever face. And so, Through the Still Foundation, he continues to give back money and raise money for families in need. We are fortunate that Leah is in complete remission, no sign of cancer whatsoever. Her compromised immune system, however, is the reason why Devin could not be here in person today. But I couldn't think of a person to speak to the class of 2021 than a person who shares their resilience. So when I asked him, he did his old principal a solid and said he would gladly bring a message to the class. So ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for the class of 2021 commencement speaker, my student and my friend, Mr. Devin Still.
Good evening. First and foremost, I want to thank Dr. Edney for that amazing introduction and for inviting me to speak today. To the faculty, staff, and parents, I want to thank you for the tireless effort and sacrifices you made to pour into the student body and future change makers. Last, but certainly not least, to the early college high school class of 2021. Tonight, it's all about you and your amazing accomplishments. I wish I could be there in person tonight with you all, but nevertheless, it is my distinct honor to speak with you at such an important time in your life. Now, I remember on my graduation night, the only thing on my mind was getting to the part in the program where I could throw my cap in the air like I used to see on TV and finding out where the party was at to celebrate finally being done with high school. Now, I doubt much has changed since then, so I won't take up too much of your time tonight, but I will make the most of your time. As I prepared to write this speech, I thought back to my high school graduation 14 years ago and what I could remember from our commencement speaker, and I got nothing. Although I'm sure it was an amazing speech, I can't remember a word from it. Now that could be from old age or football, who knows? But I say that to say, my goal tonight is to leave you with something that you can hold on to for the rest of your life as y'all all go on to do amazing things in this world. As I was doing my research on the early college high school, I came across the saying, "Dream big dreams" on your website, and it really resonated with me because I realized one of the main reasons I've been able to accomplish so much in my life is because of my ability to dream big. So this evening, I want to share 3 things with you to not just help you dream big, but to also help you turn those big dreams into your reality. Number 1, if you can see it, you can be it. Now, I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. Growing up in the small city of Wilmington, it was hard to dream big. During my freshman year of high school, I rode past a sign on the way to school every day that read, "Welcome to Wilmington, a place to be somebody." And I would question if that statement was even true. You see, the Wilmington I knew was stricken with drugs and violence, and rarely did people have time to dream when there were so many sleepless nights trying to find ways just to survive. Many people settled for being a product of their environment, and I too found myself heading down that same path. Until one day I realized you're not a product of your environment, but rather a product of your expectations. And your expectations are a product of what you expose yourself to. Now, when I had that aha moment, I became extremely intentional about exposing myself to activities that would change my expectations about my future, which will ultimately change my environment. One of those activities was football. See, football gave me the courage to dream big. It gave me the courage to dream of becoming a first-generation college grad. It gave me the courage to dream of one day making it to the NFL and becoming a millionaire, even though no one around me had ever accomplished those things. When I spoke about my dreams to others, it was met with doubt. But my vision was so strong that it didn't matter what others believed. It only mattered what I believed. Denzel Washington once said, "True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already." So if you have the ability to dream big dreams, it's not a matter of if you can make it your reality. It's a matter of when. If you ever needed proof, you're looking at it. 14 years later, I am a first-generation college grad with a master's degree. I made it to the NFL and became a millionaire at 22. If you can see it, you can be it. Number 2, realize that on your journey to making your dreams a reality, you will fail. But I want you to also realize that it's okay. Many people believe that failure is the opposite of success, when in fact, it's a part of success. It's not those who are the most talented or the ones who are the smartest that become successful, but it is those who are the most resilient. Those who decide that when life knocks them down, they won't stay there. It's the ones who are willing to go through hell and high water to make their dreams become their reality. My first 2 years at Penn State were filled with failures on my journey to making it to the NFL. My freshman year, I had a chance to play as a true freshman, but I blew out my knee in training camp and tore my ACL and MCL. I was done for the year. I was crushed, but I decided to keep fighting. I spent a year in rehab fighting to get back out on the field again, and I did for the start of training camp, and I picked up right where I left off. But during a scrimmage, one of my teammates got thrown into me, and I ended up breaking my leg. I was done for a second season in a row. I watched people around me start to give up on me, and there were moments I thought about giving up on myself. But as I said earlier, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. So I made a decision in my dorm room to accept failure, but never accept defeat. And I found a purpose that was greater than my pain, which was providing my family with a better lifestyle. And I kept pushing forward. By the time I became a senior, I was team captain, team MVP, consensus All-American, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, and I was ultimately drafted 53rd overall in the 2012 NFL Draft. And I'm here tonight to tell you, it does not matter how many times you fail. It does not matter how many times you get knocked down. It only matters how many times you get up. Because it only takes one success to override all your failures. So tonight, I challenge you to look at failure as an opportunity rather than your opposition and use it as a springboard to success. The final thing I want to leave you with tonight is success will look and feel different to each individual, but any success that requires sacrifice of your morals and values is not true success at all. Now I'm going to say that one more time because I want this to really hit home for y'all. Any success that requires the sacrifice of your morals and values is not true success at all. It's an illusion. Oprah once said, if you don't know who you are before the money, fame, and success comes, then you will lose yourself. Take time to discover who you are and what you value. Before I made it to the NFL, I made a decision to sit down and write what I valued, or what I like to call the sidelines for my life, which were God and my family. Therefore, if I ever had to step out of bounds to reach my goals, I wasn't willing to do it. So when my daughter Leah was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, it was an easy decision to walk away from football because I knew what I valued as a man, and my family came before football. Now when I look back, I can be proud of the decisions I made because I know I didn't sacrifice my morals and values for monetary success. So my last challenge for you tonight is to be value-driven rather than goal-driven. So when you look back at your life, you can be proud of your journey and not just your success. Early college, high school class of 2021, congratulations, you did it. It's been an honor speaking with you tonight. Good luck on the next chapter of each of your lives.
Thank you, Devin, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us tonight. We appreciate you more than you know, and we have a token of our appreciation, which we'll send to you. Now it's time to shift gears once more, but this time to senior awards. These students are brilliant, and each of them has shown that brilliance in different ways. We would like to reward them for their hard work with a few awards. For now, we will announce the winners, but when they come up to get their diplomas in a little while, They will receive their awards in a commemorative ECHS bag. I would like to call up our assistant principal, Dr. Nia McCants, who will announce the winners. Graduates, when your name is called for an award, please stand at your place to be recognized.
Good evening, everyone. The first senior award, and again, please just stand when your name is being called. We have one community service award we'd like to announce this evening, the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Scholarship, which was awarded to Jasmine Horton. Student Council Award, awarded to Jameer Brown and Layla Davis. The B.B. Coker Citizenship Award is awarded to students who have no discipline infractions for all 4 years. I'm honored to say this is a long list. Please stand when your name is called. Tamia Ashley, Asada Bangora, Jameer Brown, Hudson Burris, Michael Burris, Alia Carney, Layla Davis, Jada Forbes, Caleb Gaiman, Mahogany George, Sienna Gibbs Martin, Mason Glandon, Bridget Gonzalez, Jasmine Horton, Austin James, Rico Johnson, Zaina Jaraka, Alan Cabasso, Hannah Kemp, Denaire Livingston, Calvin London, Alexandra Luna, Vaisha McLean, Ayana Miller, Uriel Gadu, Jackson Pollard, Alea Ramsey Robertson, Fernando Rangel, Yahida Rivera Lopez, Maxine Robinson, Orshad Short, Janaya Smallwood Boswell, Ariel Smith, Gianna Stewart, Raina Stokes, Tiffany Thomas, Charles Thompson, Joshua Thompson, Joseph Tillman, Waylon Vargas, Kayla Vicks, Wanjiku Wainana, Jada Watson, Lyric Watson, Gideon West, Davion Whitehurst, Serenity Willie, and Sanaya Williams. This is half of our class. The Attendance Award is awarded to students with the overall best attendance in the class. Maxine Robinson, Waylon Vargas, Wanjiku Wainaina. The Norman Oliver Volunteer Service Award is awarded to the student who has served their community well with many confirmed community service hours. This student will receive a scholarship, book scholarship from this award. That student is Mahogany George. President's Volunteer Service Award, national recognition for community service efforts, awarded to Alexandra Luna. The Echelon Award is awarded to students who show tremendous leadership in putting together the yearbook, our award-winning yearbook. Sienna Gibbs Martin. Outstanding Band Student, Ayana Miller. Distinguished Female Athlete Award, shows leadership and excellence, Jada Forbes. Distinguished Male Athlete Award for leadership and excellence, Joseph Tillman. The Striving for Excellence Award is awarded to the student who has shown perseverance in the face of obstacles and is the most improved student for the class of 2021, looking over the last 4 years, Taylor Dyer. We have several students who have been awarded the Best Capstone Project Presentation. Our seniors have been working on a 2-year capstone project and recently presented their findings at the end of April. These students were voted by the panelists as having the best capstone project presentations. Please stand. Asada Bangora, Morgan Brown, Layla Davis, Sienna Gibbs Martin, Bridget Gonzalez, Austin James, Alexandra Luna, Ayanna Miller, Maxine Robinson, Ariel Smith, and Kayla Vicks. The Principal's Leadership Award is awarded to students who have shown incredible leadership and have been ambassadors to this school. They will be awarded with a blue and red honor cord. Jasmine Horton and Mahogany George. Outstanding students in academic areas. Our students are outstanding. But these students have received the highest grades in their various academic subjects. All of them have taken college-level courses in these subjects, and all of them have received A's. The following students received Outstanding Student in one subject area: Naomi Blackledge, Jameer Brown, Sanaya DeWalt, Jada Forbes, Jasmine Horton, Lakira Johnson, Rico Johnson, Alexandra Luna, Rachel McDonough, Ayanna Miller, Uriel Gadu, Maxine Robinson, Janiyah Smallwood-Waddell, Ariel Smith, Gianna Stewart, Charles Thompson, Waylon Vargas, Wanjiku Wainaina, and Davion Whitehurst. The following students have received Outstanding Student in two subject areas: Layla Davis, Mahogany George, Kayla McFarland. The following students have received Outstanding Student in three subject areas: Zaina Jaraka, Alan Cabasso, and Yahaira Rivera Lopez. The following students are our top 5 students with most college credits earned. They have earned over 60 college credits. Jameer Brown, 61. Sienna Gibbs Martin, 61. Yahaira Rivera Lopez, 62. Jasmine Horton, 64. And Zaina Jaraka, the top earning student with 79 credits. The following students have received the Presidential Award, Outstanding Academics. This award is awarded to students who have a 3.5 grade point average or higher and have scored a 600 or more in the English reading, writing, and or mathematics on the SAT. Asada Bangora, Jameer Brown, Layla Davis, Riku Johnson, Alan Cabasso, Ayanna Miller, Gianna Stewart, and Charles Thompson. The following students are part of our National Honor Society. Please stand when your name is called. Asada Bangora, Bridget Gonzalez, Sienna Gibbs Martin, Sanaya DeWalt, David Adajaro, Calvin London, Waylon Vargas, Jaden Watson, Davion Whitehurst, Alexandra Luna, Ariel Smith, Janiyah Smallwood, Alea Ramsey Robertson, Serenity Willie, Lyric Watson, Wanjiku Wainaina, Kayla Vicks, Alan Cabasso, Maxine Robinson, Layla Davis, Ayanna Miller, Jameer Brown, Denier Livingston, Gianna Stewart, Jada Forbes, Rico Johnson, Mahogany George, Jasmine Horton, and Yahaira Rivera Lopez. Our top 10 academic students for the class of 2021. Number 10, Wanjiku Wainaina and Alan Cabasso. Number 9, Jasmine Horton. Number 8, Maxine Robinson. Number 7, Mahogany George. Number 6, Layla Davis. Number 5, Ayana Miller. Number 4, Jada Forbes. Number 3, Jameer Brown. Number 2, Yahaira Rivera Lopez. And number 1, Zaina Jaraka. The student who was awarded the most scholarship money for the class of 2021, Austin James, $1,078,504. This now concludes the award portion of this program. The class of 2021 and their advisor, Mrs. Dickens, would like to make 2 special presentations.
Where's the yearbook? All right. Every year, senior class gets to get a yearbook to one of the staff members. This year, they have dedicated to Miss Luann DeCastro. Miss DeCastro, here's your yearbook, signed by the class.
Dr. Edney, it is now time that we present a gift on behalf of the class of 2021.
We wanted to ensure the school has something to remember us by.
On behalf of the class of 2021, we would like to present you with this.
A new Hornet mascot uniform.
This gift represents our school spirit, and we hope that students will benefit from it for years to come.
I'm excited about the Hornet uniform. Ladies and gentlemen, the 91 students before you have met the academic requirements for high school graduation in the state of Delaware. And now, I will present the diplomas, and Assistant Principal Dr. Nia McCants will announce for the last time the name of each graduate. As a reminder, please stay seated in your seat. We have the photographer taking the photo of each of the graduates. Graduates, remember when you come up to get your diploma, you will also take your formal photo with me here, and then go ahead down and grab your bag with all your goodies in it. Will the first row of female graduates please stand?
The first row.
Say Jadea's name right. Kids were saying it's wrong. Are these
John Mayer.
folks going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the boys. Asada Musu Bangora. Bridget Gonzalez. Sienna Heavenly Gibbs Martin. Sanaya Monet DeWalt. David O. Adajaro. Calvin Price London. Waylam Vargas. Jaden Watson. Davion J. Whitehurst. Alexandra Gladinil Luna. Ariel Patricia Ray Smith. Janaya Katura Smallwood. Alea Ramsey Robertson. Serenity Catherine Willie. Lyric J. Watson. Wanjiku Wainaina. Kayla A. Vicks. Dayani C. Allen. Tamesia Alicia Ashley. Layla Berry. Naomi Blackledge. Nafia M.C. Blackshear. Morgan Brown. Janice Cadet. Alia N. Carney. Alana Nicole Clark. Nazera A. M. Cohen. Taylor Dyer. Nazaya Imani Edmonds. Chloe Catherine Joie Fisher. Arlith Marilette Garcia Loera. Ayana Janae Hawkins. Nakira Crochet Henry. Paris Henry. Tegan Horsey. Janaya Hudson. Takara Chanel Jackson. Lakira Johnson. Hannibal Kemp. Hannah N. Krieger. Kayla McFarland. Destiny Monet Mann. Rachel Renee McDonough. Viasia McLean. Nyana Nicole Mitchell. Naja Michelle Newton. Takaya Ashanti Nottingham. Morgan Rebecca Hope Spivey. Tiffany Lenaday Sandy Aaliyah Thomas. Tatiana Monique Vicks. Rabia Yasmin Washington. Nia Wiggins. Hudson Peter Burris. Michael Amir Burris. Caleb Joshua Gaiman. Mason James Glandon. Austin Aaron James. Jakai Nasir Lopez Lee. Rodney Jermaine McClary. Uriel Raf K. Gadu. Oluwaleke Joshua Apawumi. Jackson Pollard. Fernando Rangel Jr. Orshad Valor Short. Tamir Shane Thomas. Charles Lewis W. Thompson. Joshua Daniel P. Thompson. Joseph Lionel Tillman, Jr. Bright T-Pom. Gideon George West. Alan Zach Cabasso. Maxine Trinidad Dorothy Robinson. It's okay. Alan Zach Cabasso. Maxine Trinidad Dorothy Robinson. Layla LaShawn Davis. Ayana S. Miller. Jameer Tyree Brown. Daenerre Josiah Livingston. Gianna Khalees Stewart. Jada Alexis Forbes. Rico D. Johnson. Mahogany A. George. Jasmine Marie Louise Horton. Yahaira Rivera Lopez. Zaina Khadijah Jaraka.
Okay. Class officers, will you please conclude the ceremony by leading your class with the Tassel ceremony?
Graduates, will you please stand? Why did I sign?
It's okay. It is fine.
Wait, let him clap. Let him clap.
Give him a second. Let him get right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, ready? Wait.
The tassel on the left side currently represents you as students seen by your peers and teachers as responsible adults.
By moving the tassel to the right,
You signify your advancement to graduates and also symbolize that you have walked the road to success. Graduates, please move your tassels from the left to the right. Throw it that way. One, 2, 3, go. 2, 3. Yeah!
We graduated! In a pandemic. Good times. Thank you. That's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the class of 2021. On behalf of the Early College High School at Delaware State University, we congratulate you for this success and wish you the best of luck. Friends and family, please remain in your seats as the students begin their recessional. The students will follow the staff and meet their parents in Lot 1. Graduates, please stand. Run the music. Thank you.